right, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in and watching the Cypress Sports Show, brought to you by Coach's Corner, your go-to spot before the game and after. I'm Jeff Russell here with Mark Slevcove. Today we're going to talk to track stars Kailyn Krebs and Elijah Loewe. And of course, we'll check in with Mr. Pfeiffer in a segment, Would You Rather? Coach, finished up last week with our winter recap. A lot of great things going on. Transitioning now into the spring. Super busy. Hopefully we'll get some good weather. I know we've had some delays. What do we have for our update?
All right, here's our spring sports update. The baseball team is now 2-4 on the season after a win over Marcus, Texas last week on a walk-off base on balls by John Short. Then on Tuesday of this week, the boys lost a close 2-1 ball game to Orange Lutheran in a pitcher's duel led by our starting pitcher, Wyatt Rosales. Softball team is currently 2-3 before heading out on their annual trip to Bullhead City for the Dave Copps tournament. You know who's probably watching on his way out to Bullhead City is Joey Granados. So shout out to Joey Granados, headed out to Bullhead City right now. Good luck and safe travels to Coach Thompson and all the girls. Boys volleyball team played in the Foothill tournament last weekend and was runner-up, losing in the finals to Santa Margarita. The boys then beat St. John Bosco and Dana Hills on Monday and Tuesday of this week. Trace Oswald, Noah Zapanta, and Kagan Ramdani were named to the all-tournament team. Way to go, guys. Boys tennis is 3-3 after a couple losses to Roosevelt of Eastvale and Milliken down the street. Boys look to bounce back with the match versus El Dorado on Wednesday before traveling to Huntington Beach and Servite next week. Track and field won all levels in the John Glenn Invite last week. Kailyn Krebs, one of our guests today, won both hurdle races. Connor Noson won the discus, and freshman Aaron Garcia broke 5 minutes in the mile in his first race. The team begins league next week versus Crean Lutheran on Tuesday. In boys golf, they began their season in a 24-team Ayala Invitational at Los Serranos on Monday. Ryan Slevcove led the team with the 1/75, 7th in the event overall, and the team finished 12th overall on Monday. Then they followed that up with the victory over Marina out at Meadowlark on Tuesday. Ryan again was the medalist, followed by Caden Desai. The swim team prepares to open their season next week versus Oxford in a non-league match at home. And the badminton team got off to a winning start, beating the perennial favorite Cerritos in the varsity level yesterday, 13-8.
Wow, big win for them. Not really used to seeing the baseball and softball teams with a losing record to start, but we know that they play tough schedules, and I'm sure that's going to help prepare them as we move on through the league season and into the playoffs. So early on, we got a lot of stuff going on. Speaking of a lot of stuff going on, it is time for our segment, Would You Rather, with Mr. Pfeiffer, Subs and Grubs segment. What do we got?
We're here.
We are.
Leap year, right? 29th of February happens every 4 years. Extra day. How many kids do you think have been born on the 29th?
Ever?
Well,
probably millions and millions.
Did you end up looking it up?
Yeah, I couldn't find one, though.
Not
one student. Maybe I did the search wrong. If you're a student that was born on the 29th and you're 4 years old, come and see us. We want to talk to you.
Right. Yeah. Right. Maybe they list it as the 28th so that they make sure they get like a teacher that says happy birthday.
A little asterisk next to their name.
Yeah, they should.
Anyway, that kind of guided our Would You Rather question this week, right? Would you rather relive a moment, right? Just have that extra moment, right? Relive that past moment. Or would you rather skip over a bad day? Got some different answers, got some good answers, some thoughtful answers, right? So we're going to check it out here. All right, here we are, Cypress. Who we got?
I'm Ethan.
Ethan.
Track and field.
Track and field.
I'm Amy, track and field.
Track and field representing. Sierra Carter, Defensive Player of the Year for soccer. Jackson.
Antonio
Lujan. Check it out. Varsity baseball. Cypress High School. Here we are. Trace Oswald, right?
Volleyball, yeah.
Right. Killing it last night. Who do we got?
I'm Orlando, track and field.
Track and field. What are you doing track and field?
100 and long jump.
100 long jump. Which are better event?
Probably long.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you rather relive a day or
I'm Riley. I do track and field.
track and field representing today, right? Would you rather skip over a bad day or relive a good day?
Relive a good day.
What good day?
Summertime. The beach.
That's a whole big time, right? Just one day at the beach?
Yeah.
Yeah, during the U.S. Open, right?
Yep. I'd skip over a bad day.
What bad day?
I'd skip over finals so I don't have to take them.
Finals?
Yep.
But that's just evidence of your knowledge and all this intelligence you have in your head.
Yeah, but
You don't wanna show off?
I showed that the whole year.
Oh, the whole
I feel
year.
like I don't need to show it again. Skip over a bad time.
What's the worst time you had? Today during the lockdown.
Looking at my grades.
Oh, grade check.
I would relive a day.
Which day?
Probably like sometime in the summer when I was hanging out with my friends.
Just any time in the summer?
Yeah.
What about when it was raining? When the waves were all
No,
blown out?
like good weather, like summer vibes.
Like Disneyland, summer vibes.
Yeah.
beach. Okay.
Yeah.
Sierra, would you rather skip over a bad day or relive a good day?
Relive a good day.
What good day? The day you became my TA?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that day.
that was a good day?
Yeah.
Oh, you're sweet.
I think I'd rather relive a day.
What day?
Probably sometime in my elementary year.
Elementary
Yeah.
school?
Yeah,
You don't
'cause it
even
was
remember
like-
your elementary
Yeah, dude, it was like the easiest time of my life.
I would rather relive a good day.
What good day?
The day that I went to a festival, it was in November.
A festival? What kind of festival? Strawberry Festival?
No, it was
Renaissance
a
Festival?
music festival.
Oh, music.
Relive a good day. Probably when I went to go see Morgan Wallen in concert.
Oh, nice, right? Sing us.
No.
Come on,
I'll think
sing a song.
I'm not a singer.
What?
I can't do Morgan Wallen songs.
No?
No, I can't
All right.
sing.
What kind of music?
All kinds of music.
All kinds of music. Sing us a verse.
I'll pass.
You'll pass. You
Yeah.
won't sing.
Hey, thanks, Mr. Pfeiffer. Today, we are really excited to welcome track and field athletes Kailyn Krebs and Elijah Loewe to the program. Thanks for being here.
Good to be here.
You guys both are like huge fans of the show. We hear like all of our views are you guys, which is really nice. So you're familiar with Mr. Pfeiffer's segment. So we should ask, right?
Yeah. This week's segment, would you rather? Leap Day is coming up, right? When this shows
Do you guys know what
tomorrow.
that is, right?
Of course.
Okay. Just
February
making sure.
29th, Leap Day, once every 4 years. Would you rather skip a day in your life or repeat a day in your life?
I'd have to go with repeat a day because there's never any bad days. Always good days. One more good day. So
So just take any day and repeat it.
Any
There's
day.
like not one special
Any
day
day.
back in
Yeah,
time that
we-
you want to repeat. Just every
Elijah
day.
shouldn't even answer after that. That's gonna be a hard one to top. But what do you got?
I'd probably say repeat a day too because, well, maybe not for the same reason as her, but I think like if I repeated a day, it just let me be one day better than everyone else.
Oh, 1 day ahead of the competition.
Right.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, speaking of getting better, right? Track. You guys are both track athletes. A lot of times in track, maybe you specialize in one or two events, right? But you might have other events that maybe you participate in, right? So let's talk about when you got started in track. What events did you guys get started in? Do you still do the same ones? And what are you guys doing this year?
Well, I was initially, my coach wanted me to do high jump and was like, oh my gosh, you're like ginormous, go jump over this tall thing. I was like, all right, yeah, but I made some friends who are hurdlers and I didn't really know anybody else. So I decided to just kind of stick with them for a little while. And then I ended up falling in love with hurdling and I've just never left. I have done some like sprints, but it's hurdles. It's got my
Pretty
heart.
much hurdling.
Yeah.
What about you?
So I started sophomore year with like hurdles, relays, and jumps. And I wanted to be a sprinter originally, but like as soon as they brought me in track, they're like, no, we need boy hurdlers and you're gonna hurdle. So I was like, okay, well, like not much I can say about that. And all throughout the 3 years that I've been running, it's just been the same events now.
Very cool. So hurdles for both of you guys are like your main event. Do you want to do something else? Like in the back of your head, you're like, maybe I could try shot put. Or
I
well,
don't
maybe
know
not shot put, but just something like.
I mean, I like the things that I do. I don't always like doing the 300 hurdles or just the hurdles in general, but if I'm good at it, might as well do it. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Coach Iman said to ask you about what happened in the 4x100 relay race last week.
Oh, so we were running, and it was probably like so in the 4x1 you have 4 people running each 100 meters, and I'm the leg of it, so like the 4th person. And I was running through, and I guess I didn't like stretch properly or something, and I popped a quad and almost tore a muscle.
Stretching is most
The
important.
5 P's, Coach.
You don't know the 5 P's?
I don't know
I
the
don't know the 5
5 Ps.
P's.
Prior preparation prevents poor performance.
Oh,
Now I know.
yep.
Gotta
Never
stretch
gonna
properly.
get injured ever again.
Never gonna get injured again. Yeah.
All right, we're going to quiz you at the end.
Prepare. That's it. Okay, so this year we don't have a home track, right? Oh, shucks, we don't get a run on a dirt track. But we're displaced for the year with construction on the field. We're all excited about what's going to come in the future. But this year, you guys are going through the challenges of not having a facility on campus. So what's been the biggest struggle so far, the biggest challenge to overcome without a home track?
Probably getting there, because we also don't have a whole lot of transportation. A lot of our hurdlers and like sprinters and all that usually go to like Cypress College or Handel Stadium at Western don't really have like a way to get there. So either we'll walk or like we'll all try to carpool. We have to like coordinate who's going with who, and that's probably like the hardest part. And really, it's not like too bad, but I would say that's kind of rough sometimes.
I would say it's more of just like the waste of time it takes to get to that place or wherever your practice is. It kind of wastes like maybe like half an hour of time like that we could be using to practice. So maybe someone's on a tight schedule, they have to leave practice early, or anything could happen.
Sure, a lot of coordination and logistics, and then the convenience of being on campus to do everything.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
Yeah, that time, that's a great point, because your 30 minutes of practice time is partly going to where you're going.
Yeah.
And if you're going to practice an hour in general, you've already wasted the 30 minutes. Now it's an hour and a half. And then you got to get either back here if you're carpooling or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a lot longer day than it would normally be. So I can definitely see that being an issue for you guys. Track season seems long, right? You start kind of during the winter, a little before you start doing your preseason stuff and training. And are there certain events that you're looking forward to as you move on, like specific events? And then how does your legs or body hold up over the course of the season? Like, do you feel that as you get towards the end?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to, league prelims and league finals are always like the thing that everyone's like, oh my gosh, so exciting. And that's like my favorite part, is when everyone's like still there, because once like league finals pass, sometimes people don't always make it to CIF. And so then there's like 3 or 4 people that like go and stay to practice for CIF. So that's kind of like the last thing where everyone's all together, and that's kind of like the part that I look forward to the most. But also I'm just kind of like, the season's ending, and like this is our last high school, season of track. So it's a little bit sad.
Yeah.
I would say one of the events I look forward to is probably like we have this event called OC Champions, where everyone from OC comes to run together. I look forward to that because it's a good measurement of where you stand in all of OC and like how good you're doing so far. And usually it's a little bit closer to the middle. So after that, then later in the season, you'd have, like she said, league prelims and league finals, and then leading up to like CIF. And if you feel like you're doing good in OC, you could probably predict that you might make it to like league finals or somewhere.
As you get to the end of the year with your body being tired, do you guys, if you know you're going to make it in league finals, do we still go for the all-out win, or do we just make sure we place and we just move on? Or
honestly, if you're going to go for league finals, you might as well go for CIF prelims.
Yeah,
right.
you got to go for it, right?
Yeah. Always giving 110%.
For sure.
110% in the 110 hurdles.
That's his.
That's him. Yeah,
That's
boys.
him.
Yeah. 300 hurdles. 300%.
300%.
All right, Elijah. A couple months ago, you gave the opening speech for the groundbreaking ceremony. We asked some coaches around campus who would be a great person to give this opening speech, and Coach Iman emphatically said you. How cool of an experience was that?
Honestly, it was really nice. I felt really connected to the school as a student that was able to represent all of the athletes. Honestly, it was really nervous. I had 3 days of prep and I still was nervous. I had the whole thing down. I was practicing 10 minutes before the speech, and it was really fun, but it was also really nerve-wracking.
Well, you did a great job, and certainly you could tell you put in a lot of work and preparation for that. So maybe you should have stretched like that before last week's meet, and you wouldn't have pulled the hamstring.
Well, Kailyn, your sister's been on the show.
Oh, yeah.
She was a pretty good guest, I will say. Who's the better athlete in the family? I know she's...
Okay. She'll always say her, but I do think it's me, because hurdles are hard, If my coach always says, if hurdles were easy, everyone would do it. And, she just kind of like jumps over this thing, and that's all she got to do. But, she is also doing volleyball, which is rough too. So I would have to say her. Yeah.
Whoa.
I know. Shout out to
Whoa.
Marissa.
Wow.
Dang, you would never, no way.
No,
Yeah.
No way.
never.
Too humble.
Too nice. Too
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, I'm not buying it.
No.
I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you mentioned league finals is the big event you're looking forward to, but what other invitationals are you looking at, and what's the most exciting event of the year besides league finals?
I think Arcadia is pretty cool too. Like very, very little people go, and it's not even like
But
on
you're so
the
tall.
schedule. Okay. Yes.
It's very select,
it's
right?
very
Arcadia
select.
Invitational, you gotta hit certain times, you gotta hit certain
Yes.
marks if you're gonna get invited to actually go to that. So
Right.
just getting the invite is a major
That's a
accomplishment.
huge thing. Yeah. So that's kind of like a maybe you could go, maybe you don't. Like you don't really know until like the meet's coming up to Arcadia if you meet the times. But that one's really like nerve-wracking.
And when we get to that point, are you looking to go in both hurdle events?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elijah, same with you? Or are we jumping as well?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to all three. Yeah, 3, 110, and long jump.
Okay. Arcadia's a major
Tough, tiring
focus.
day there.
I
Yeah,
think
for sure.
For Buco Hills is probably also one of the invitationals because that sets the stage. It's the same place that CIF usually is. So, if you could mentally prepare yourself there during that invitational, you'll probably have a head start.
Is there a difference running and jumping on different tracks? Like, do you notice a difference? Is it preferable to be at one site over another over your experience in track?
Like is dirt that we have here better than? I mean, that's really weird.
No, I'm not asking that. I'm asking like if you're at Arcadia or if you're at
Yeah.
Trabuco, are the tracks set up differently where you feel better in certain tracks than others, certain settings?
Or do you just like a certain track better?
mean,
Maybe just the way it
Right.
looks, you just like it, feel better there.
I personally prefer the Mission Viejo track, which is where OC champs are
Yeah.
held. I don't know what it is. It just has like a good feeling to it. It's like it's comfortable and it's like I know it like well, so it has a special place in my heart.
So there is a level of comfort
Yeah, with
when
certain
you're
tracks.
on a certain track. Interesting.
Yeah. It also kind of has like a big stadium sort of feel. So you feel like you're in the big leagues. And
Yeah.
you're like, whoa, and you're looking all around. And there's a bunch of people there. And, it's just great being there.
Very cool. Well, this is the point of the show where we do some fast action questions. I know you guys are ready for them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, don't overthink it. Favorite childhood book?
Magic Treehouse.
Oh, easy.
Magic Treehouse. All right. I'd have to say The Giving Tree.
A lot of trees.
A lot of trees for some reason.
Who's someone that can always make you laugh?
My sister. 1000%.
Gideon.
Okay. Bucket list vacation destination.
I want to go to Cabo.
All the places in the world, just Cabo?
Cabo. You can't go wrong. Got the beautiful ocean and the beach. I like the beach a lot.
All right.
I want to go to probably like Canada.
Canada. Cabo and Canada.
Why?
I would think
For the maple syrup?
I would think there's other places, but Cabo and Canada, bucket list. All right, okay. We need to look into that.
I need to know why. Why Canada?
I don't know. It's just like it's very honestly.
It is beautiful. I was just there last summer. I could see the beauty in it is awesome. That wasn't a bucket list. It wasn't a bucket list item for me though. That would be something Mr. Pfeiffer would say. We like some rant Canada. Man. All right, okay. It doesn't matter. Don't overthink it. That was the rule. Don't overthink it. I like it. Okay. What's your favorite meme?
I'm not really a meme person.
No memes?
No.
Real? Anything?
Honestly,
TikTok?
Probably not appropriate for this podcast.
Okay.
I like, okay, it's a standing joke with a lot of our friends where there's like a reel or like something where there's a box of root beer and it like falls and they go, root beer, no! And so every time that like something happens, all of our friends will like yell at each other, root beer, no!
Away from track, how do you pass the time?
I like to hang out with my friends. I like being around people that I love and just, socializing. And a lot of the time, it just kind of takes my mind off of like other things like track or school. And I kind of just like to live in the moment and make memories.
Nice.
I would say probably working out and a lot of like self-reflection. It helps me like regain and realize where I'm at, where I want to be, what I need to do to get there, stuff like that.
All right. If you weren't in track right now, what would you be doing?
Probably sleeping.
I'd probably pick up some more shifts on my job and focus on my grades.
Where are you working?
El Pollo.
Oh boy.
Right here.
Ah.
Yeah, right down the street.
Perfect. What's your favorite cheat meal?
I get everything for free, so.
Anything else like?
Probably like a double chicken bowl, hold the beans, extra rice, extra cheese.
Oh,
Okay.
specific. I gotta do the tostada salad with extra sauce.
It's the cheat meals. All right. Last question. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No.
Yes.
No.
I like it. I like it. We got some differences here. Some deep conversation this time. I mean,
Deep
we're,
thinkers too, man.
Big time. All right. Well, hey, thanks again to track athletes Kailyn, Krebs, and Elijah Loewe for being here today. Thanks to our sponsors, Subs and Grubs and Coaches Corner. Make sure you get out there and support those businesses. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you all next week.